This conference will now be recorded.
Hey guys, good evening. Now last class we discussed about the EC2 instance creation and how we are going to access through the like as mobile XML and as well as a putty, right? Two ways. Okay, it's not a like as two things is a mandatory. That for through Windows system. Like as if you want to go for any Linux mission or Ubuntu or maybe let's say Mac OS. I'll show that how we are going to use the Mac OS today. Okay, it can be Ubuntu also same, Mac OS also same. There is no difference on this. But if you are doing through Mac OS, because of you need a that file. Okay, you must have the that file. You should be the PM file. We are that mission. Okay, go for that path, and then we need to execute that. For example, you don't want to go that path. The PM file path, you need to give the complete path of the where your file is reside. Okay, like as for example, you are in the home path. Then there is a they download the files or somewhere you have the key. Then we need to go for that download key file complete path. You need to go and put the in like as PM file name along with the before. We need to give the complete absolute path of where your file resides. Okay, that I'll show that today. Okay, and the next thing is today like as most of the people are confusing like as guys, why I'm saying like as multiple times watching like as don't ping me, and if you didn't give the reply don't take it a bad. Okay, like as I'm busy for complete day. Okay, like as you guys will think like as whenever you have free time you can ask, like instead of asking this now, ask now. RS you can ask the end of the class. RS you can ask in the group. Okay, whenever anyone some knows they are going to give the from today itself. Okay, there is no group yesterday. I know that some people are not there. Now almost nearly like 10 guys are there in that group. Now you can guys can help to each other. Okay, who are the free time. If you are guys, I didn't say like give the complete answer for you. Okay, whatever the guys knows, whatever guys you have a time, just give the reply to them. Okay, help to each other. Okay, that's the way you can go. Then watch the video. I guess the first starting, right, maybe it takes time to pick up the this course one or two times and all. Okay, that's I'm my recommendation. That then after that your wish. Okay, just watch the one or two times the video like this. I clearly explain for each and every point. Okay, that maybe you missed it. Okay, like maybe you are doing some WhatsApp messages or doing you're sending messages, that time you may miss it. That chances are there. Okay, then you watch the video and one or two times, then you will get a complete clear picture. Okay,
Hi.
each and everything. Yeah, tell me.
Can you say the limitations of EC2 that how I asked you today? If I create a Windows instance and Linux instance, that thing, can you say it one more time? How much time? How much hours we can use? I mean, if I create both Linux and Windows EC2, and like that.
That's not only you. I'm telling that's not only you, everyone. Okay, not only us. Okay, telling like
Hello.
each and everyone. Yeah, tell me.
Can you hear me?
We can hear you. You are hearing me.
Yes, I am asking if I create both instances, one Windows and one Linux, is it separate 50 hours for both, or total for two instances we have 60 hours?
Eh, that's what I told you yesterday. They will give
That
the
is that
750 hours of free tier eligibility. Listen,
that is,
okay?
that
They
would
give the
okay, okay.
750. They give the 750 hours of the free tier eligibility. Free tier eligibility. It may be Ubuntu, it may be Windows, it may be whatever. Whatever you are going to use, they are free tier eligibility. 750 hours. Okay. If you are going to use more than that, they will be chargeable for you. The 750 hours, how they are going to charge it? That charge they are that also I explained. Now, for example, let's say two instances are run for the completely in the day. 2 into 24. Let's say. Okay, let's say 24. Then next it will be like as a 48 hours are completed in a day. Now is it clear now? It can be Ubuntu, it can be SUSE Linux, it can be CentOS, whatever Linux you are going to create. If the two missions are running in a day, they will calculate like as each instance is the 24 hours, means 24 into 2 means that 48 hours are completed. Is it clear? For example, if you run only one instance, okay, that could be an entire month will come. Okay, guys, clear? One second, guys. There is a power gun actually here. 1 second, guys. Give me time. Just give me 2 minutes. Sorry, guys. Now this is the way they are going to be chargeable for us. Okay, please make sure, like as a 2 into 24, like as for example, you will run the 10 instances. 10 into 24, 240 hours is the completed in a day. 240 hours is completed in a day. Fine. Is it clear now, Nitin? Is it clear now, Nitin? Is it clear now, Nitin? Is it clear now?
It's clear now.
Yeah, fine. Okay, guys, now let's, today I'm going to show you, like, guys, don't confuse here. We are use the mobile system as for the, like, as Linux terminal. Okay, in real time, then if you are going to use the Ubuntu mission, the Ubuntu, if you open the search in the terminal, the terminal open, that then we can use the same command like this. But if you go for it, like as where your pm file are in the different folder name, like as download folder or document folder, like as in your desktop folder, whatever they have, we need to go for that path using the cd command. Cd command is change directory. For example, if you have the c drive, then go for c drive like this, and then next search the your next which file you are in this. ls means list of files are in the c drive now. Okay, like as which folder you have, that go for that particular folder. Again, cd, the folder name, let's say apache 2 something. Okay, that's at this folder. If you have the file in this folder, like as, like, we need to go for execute that command. Or else, for example, you don't want to do anything, just give that sh command. While giving sh command -i, the next give the absolute path of that, like c drive, and the next, let's say apache 2 something. It's apache 2, the next my folder something, whatever do you have. The next my key dot pm. If you don't want to execute, like as where the pm file is located in that. For example, you don't want to this type this folder under, just go this path, then enter the only key file name, then next execute the username and at the rate of ip address. That's done. Okay, Clear now? That is the meaning of absolute path. That is the meaning of absolute path we are going to give this. Now this is what we are going to connect through SSH terminal. Now let's say for example we created a one instance yesterday. I'm going to log out this mission. This mission is a different account. Okay, don't think about this. Now we created what we have done last class. We created one Linux mission, that is AMI Linux, like as Amazon mission image. Okay, and the next that is for their own flavor, Amazon Linux 2. AMI Linux 2 means Amazon Linux 2 itself. Their own flavor. Okay, there is their own flavor. Okay, this flavor we install. We are connected through the mission through using the putty. We are done successfully. Then next we are going to use the mobile XM. Any one of we are going to use in the to connect remote. Okay, like even instead of that we can use the terminal. Even you can use for the any Linux mission. If you have the SSH install that mission, just go and connect the mission. Okay, go and connect that mission. It can be Ubuntu, it can be CentOS, it can be RHEL, it can be Linux, whatever the flavor you have, just go and connect. If you have the SSH install in your mission, SSH install in your SSH command you want to execute, the SSH software you need to be installed. Okay, by default every Linux flavor the SSH will come along with that. If you don't have that, you need to install the plugin, like you want to install the software on that. How to install the software and all, we are going to learn that now. Okay, we are going to learn in the upcoming classes how to install the softwares in the Linux mission. Okay, is it clear guys? Now how we are going to connect this yesterday, I'll show again one more time. Just go for that mission which we log in yesterday. Which we created. Send to the console. Yeah, Ganesh, you can refer for the previous classes. Okay.
Yeah,
just I created one Linux mission in the AWS. Okay, nothing we discussed. Just go for your account, then log in this your AWS account. Like as we stop the instance, right? Then again, what we do, we need to be restart again. We need to start again today. Okay, let's go for here EC2. And let's see that page will come like as how many instances are running, how many stop instances are there, everything will be shown here now. Okay, it takes time now here. Okay, there is no running instance. Then just click this here now, or else you can go directly instances here also. Okay, we have option. Now see here, we stopped the yesterday instance, right? Then again I'll going to start this. Now if you remember that, see here, when you stop, this IP address will be gone here, public IP and public DNS. Private IP is still available. Okay, and the next, when I start the instance, this IPs will be assigned here. This IPs will be assigned here. That what is IPv6 means, that is a different missions, like IoT missions, right? The IoT instance, if you create that, IPv6 instance will be created. Okay, as for maximum we are going to use for the missions for the IPv4 for our like environment. If any IoT devices, those kind of missions having the IPv6. Okay, don't think that. Now let's, once you start the mission, then we need to go for and connect. I'll go for simplest way today. I don't need to type the command and all anything. Remember guys, each kind of flavor they have their own username. For example, you are going to select the AMI Linux, the username is the EC2-user. If you select the Ubuntu, the username is the Ubuntu. Okay, like that we are list of the usernames and all, we are going to see that, right? Like as AWS default usernames. If you search this, you will get a list of user default usernames are this. What are the users do you have all those? Okay, those usernames you need to, like, as based on your instance you selected, we need to choose for the, like, as username of that. Okay, IP address are what are the instance we created. We need to take the, once you are running this instance, you got a IP address. You can take a public IP or this. Okay, anything, that's fine. Okay, now I am in this mission now, but my PM file is not located in this mission. Okay, now where I need to go, my PM file is located in the, for example, I'll show the through this here. Okay, now let's say I am in the F drive, I am in the DevOps folder. In the DevOps folder there is a AWS keys folder. From here I have that created in the, like, as DevOps 27 something I created yesterday, right? Or else something like DevOps 27.pm file we created in the yesterday. Now I put it in that file, but where I am in this now, I am in this. If you want to check where you are in the system, you need to check for the PWD, means it will give the present working directory where we are in the system. Now you will check here, now you are in the home mobile xterm, but you need to go for where, in the F drive, and the next DevOps, and then AWS keys path you have the files. Now you want to go that path, what you need to do, we need to type the change directory, means I want to change the folder. Now I want to go for F drive. Okay, even if you get type the complete also it will work. CD. Now see here what that, which folder you are created, that folder, all folders will list out the that F drive whatever you have. And the next here I have a folder name called as DevOps. Then I need to go for this. How I know, means if you copy the folder, which folder you copied, then definitely you know that, right? I guess which I download, I copy paste in that, which folder you copy paste in this, that folder name you know, right? That is the reason I go for that here. AWS keys, after this AWS keys folder is there in AWS DevOps. Okay, now see here list of the files. If you see what is LDR means, that we'll discuss. Okay, like means it will show the recursively long list, and then when it was created, what is the latest is created in the down here. Okay, latest are created in the down here. It will see here, it will be up and down, right? Like as you are, is not ascending order. Even you can filter it out based on the date and time. Okay, creating date and time also you can filter it out, but if you see the by default you won't get it, right? The same if you do the same in LS, it won't get the by default. If you want to order, you want to, like, as ascending order, descending order, whatever it may be, you need to do for this. Now if you do the LS, now you won't get that like this. Okay, like as where it is DevOps, you need to be search like this. See here it was there. If you do the LS -L means it is the long list, but long list also it don't see the where your latest files are there based on your modified date. And the next what we do, if you do the T, then we'll go for the here, and recursively want to print this time, and I will give this, like, as where is the most time it's used and all. Now if you do the R, it will give the recursively, it will print, and the latest one whatever are created, that will be shown that down. Even if you go for real time, there your server is written the huge log files. The log files are created every 1 hour, one log file. And the, what is the, you want to see the latest log file, then you can use the R option. LS-R option means it will give the latest file. If you want to the long list and time and all, we need to use the multiple options. Now how I know the what are the options are there, everything I'll show you. Okay, is it clear, guys? Okay, don't confuse anything. That's the reason I'm going to explain it. Now see here, then here I have a file. That file is that the PM file. I don't want to give the absolute path just now. Then SSH I then now. The next I can type here. Even I don't want to type, just give the tab. Okay, it will give this automatically. Okay, it's not coming up. Okay, maybe this Linux. It's not stuck. 1 second. Just type this. It's not giving this. The mobile system is not giving this. Okay, there is a lot of, I think so. PM. So maximum Linux. If you go for inside the Linux, they will give the tab. It will give the auto update here automatically. Auto filling it will come. And the next what we do, we need to create the EC2-user @ and then IP address of this mission. You can take IP address or else DNS name, anything. Okay, public IP. Okay. Now you are connected this. If you remember, we created one folder yesterday. That folder is the Madhu. That folder won't be go. Okay. Now, for example, if you stop the instance, if you start the instance, your data won't be lost. When it will be lost, there is another kind of instance. Okay, that is the instance store. This is a EBS store. EBS store means we never lost the data. if you create an instance store based of instances, there is a, if you select the like as we selected for the T2 medium EBS based, okay, there is a kind of missions are the instance based missions. Okay, in the list, if you go for the long list in this, from there you can find out the instance store. Instance store means that will be stored in the RAM, that once you stop and when you restarted or terminated or anything, your data will be lost. Okay, that is not required, that is for architecture level, and then that will be exam question kind of. Okay, don't go inside that. Okay, just I'm saying that, that's sharing that knowledge also. Okay, fine, this is what we created and connected here now. And next what we do, how we are going to connect it through, if you have the any Mac OS or any kind of missions in Linux servers or Ubuntu server anything, then next what you do, you must have the this PM file. Now what I do, um, if I want to connect this, I need to go for my Gmail. Any Gmail. The next I need to be send out the mail for this. This key, like as if you want to like you want to connect it through Mac, because of this key is the mandatory, right? This key is a mandatory. Okay, that's the reason I go for, I need to be share that. If you want to share like as without accessing the key and all, how we are going to connect, there is a like a little bit lengthy process that we'll discuss at the end of the Linux course. Okay, because for example, if you go for any interview, okay, they are giving the some Linux AWS account, they are saying that just create the Linux server one, and the next what they do, they don't want to come and see the your mission, they will give their public key. Man, please add my public key in your mission. Now he can access directly the missions. Okay, then how we can add their key into our mission, that I'll show that later on. Okay, now what we do, let me send out this PM file to mail or something. It's not coming still, take that. Okay, let's if I use for any other mail. Okay, this mail I have access from there. I need to send this PM file to there, and I need to keep it that mission, and then I can able to access that. I'll show that meanwhile. The next what we do, we are going to be create for the like as one Windows server. Then how we are going to be access that also. Let's see that. Okay, but in real time, maximum we won't get a chance to work out on the Windows servers. Maximum we'll go for the Linux missions. But if in case you have the option, if they ask to create that, then how we are going to create? Let's do that also. Then what I did, I click here instance. This is a huge Nathan. No one will complain now. This rain is coming, full rain. Then I can't stop that, right? Guys, it's a too much having issue.
Yes, mother.
Who said that? Yes. I'm asking to everyone. Okay, 1 second, guys. Let me do one thing. Give me a minute. Okay guys, this rain is coming, that background sound I can't make it now. That is, I stopped my fan actually. Okay, now you can send that pm file to like as any mail id. Something, whatever mail id you want to send this pm file. The next can attach this pm file. Mm, notes. The next also most like AWS keys. The next pm file is enough for us. There is no need to, like when you are accessing through net like as Linux missions, we don't need to require the ppk file. Okay, send out this. I'm operating some other mission. I'm just logging that account actually. Just give me a minute. Let me log in that account. Let me download it. Also, like as how we are going to access the Mac. Same like as how this command we are going to use the same, but there is no required the like mobile external or anything. Okay, directly we can able to do this. Then how we are going to do that? That's what I'm trying to show you. Like
Madhu, just have one like we can access two public ID at a time.
sorry, you can only
We can add two public ID at a time in public or Linux terminal.
two public ID means now I didn't get you.
Suppose, yeah, right now we have this 13.233.120.199, and if I want to add another like ID as well, so at a time we can add two as well. Yeah.
No, you can do for go for one tab, but then you can go
Okay.
there.
Okay, fine.
Okay, that another mission, another mission. If you want to go that mission, what happened now? You can log in from here. If you have the key file here, you can log in from here. You need to copy the key file inside this EC2, then you can go for that mission. Okay, even here also will work for the SSH. Okay, but make sure like as if you want to work the two missions, then different folders we are going to create. Different we are going to be access the servers here.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Okay.
1 second. It's not. Don't opening this. Sorry. I unmuted that mission. Okay, check. CD and then step back. It's a long. It is. I'm trying to show you like Mac also. That's for you guys are having. Some people are having. I think so. they asked me. Okay, then next what I do, let me show you that. Let's complete that, then we'll go for the like as creating a AWS mission. Okay, now see here, I have this here now. Okay, I know the IP and all. Now I am in the my Mac. Where I need to go, I'll go for like a search here, and then I'll go for terminal. If you go for terminal here, terminal you can go, you can click the terminal. Okay, then we can open this where you are in the terminal now. Now check for where which path you are in this. The terminal it will work directly Linux commands here. Okay, I am in the users Madhusudan Reddy like documents. Okay, then next what we do, if you want to go for the where your key files are located, in this documents only I have the key folder. In the keys folder they have the my file like as which we downloaded right now. Whatever here, that file is keep it this here now. That file is created here now. Then next what I do, okay, then next I clear the screen. Okay, then next what is the command I use for clear screen? Control L. Control L means it will clear the screen shortcut. Okay, then next what I do, I am going to use the sh command, sh -i, and the next the name is like we are going to use for that pm file name. What do we have, like as it will be give that auto. Then next another one is that ec2-user username at the rate of IP address of this mission, like as whatever we had, right? That mission. Like as in this mission we created, right? Just now that mission. With that mission name is like IP is that 13 dot 233 dot 120 dot 199. Okay, there is no difference here. Just I'm trying to show like as how we are going to do the Mac. There is no need to for our, sorry, there is something dot is missing here. Something is
120 dot
120. Basically this go to meeting is not appearing this. Okay, now this 199, right? The next enter it here now. Then to ask the first time authentication, yes. Then you can able to see here what is showing that the bad permission. Okay, this MacBook is showing that the bad permission. We have this pm file. Okay, then next what we need to do, we need to change for the permission. If you give have this issue, then do for the just 400 here. That what is the 400 meaning that we are going to be learn. Okay, the next key like that is the permissions. Okay, chmod is command we are going to use for the changing the permissions. Okay, the next our key file name, that pm file, then we are going to give that 400 we are giving. Just I'm trying to give the same command again. Now this time I'm able to successfully create it, and just I'm going to use like what are the folder we created, Madhu folder. We can see here. Okay, you can see the Madhu folder now. Is it clear now? This is the way like even if Ubuntu, it may be Mac OS or whatever do we have the same. If you have SSH already, like Ubuntu having the already inbuilt SSH command, like see for example SSH command not found means in your system, then we need to install the SSH utilities. Then how we are going to install and all, now that we are going to be show you the next classes here, how we are going to be do the yeah. Is it clear guys? Right. The next what we do, let's create for the Windows mission launch instance. Then select the free tier here. Okay, then you don't select for the like a paid one. Then next what we do, let's select for the window legacy. These are the free tier eligible or free tier eligible. Okay, whatever you want you can be create with that. What is the meaning of this? Means there is a some Windows 2019 data center edition. Okay, there is a couple of versions here. I guess for example, let's say in Ubuntu there is a couple, like in Windows we have the different versions, right? Now let's say Windows 10, Windows 2018, like that. We have the, like as in the server level they have a, like as they are based on here virtualized VMware. The next here containers level. Okay, there is a different options we have. How we know this, like as in-depth level of this instance, they will have a documentation for the each and everything here. Okay, this is Ubuntu. For this again there is a different purpose here. Okay, this is the huge things. Now let's volume type is, this is the volume type, and all they will give this EBS general purpose and HVM, and based on the type storage we are going to give this one instance is that one purpose they have. Okay, don't think and all. If you want to plain Ubuntu, just go top and then see here, this is the plain Ubuntu. Okay, this is the plain Ubuntu. Let's say this is the plain Ubuntu. This is the plain of AML NX. Can use for this and this. I used in the real time most of the time this mission. Okay, I don't want to go for anything more. Just I'm going to create this Microsoft Windows Server 2019 base mission. Then select this. That is a free tier eligible. And the next, that is a free tier. Then again, you don't think like as a each and everything is a free here now. Okay, like as each and everything is not free. No, only this mission only is free. T2 micro mission only, like that mission is free. That type of mission only we have a free now. Remaining, if you select this nano, then again you need to pay for. So this is a less than this, right? Then why we are not, then they did not give the premiums, they are not giving. Okay, they have the restriction for only giving the this mission. Okay, then again this is like what is the CPU core and memory means. This is the RAM and CPU kind of things here now. Okay, that based on the here if they are going to be provide for this. Okay, let's see here. Kind of missions like as how much RAM it has, how much CPU it has. Okay, they have 768 GB of RAM. They have, okay, even 1200 also they have. If you see here, there is some 1200 GB RAM also here. See, this is a 3004 GB of RAM also they have. Missions, okay, that based on the usage and based on the, you want to be compute and based on your processing data, what kind of missions we are going to choose, that we need to be understand, we need to give the best mission to them. Okay, to the, like as if you are architect, okay, you are the solution architect in your company, we need to choose for the based on your requirement, based on data you are processing, based on the data you are going to be stored, and based on the application you are going to be execute. Those things you need to keep in mind, and we need to choose the right instance for that. Okay, that time when you, that time will come, then you need to be get to know that. Okay, no worries about right now. Fine. Then next, create the add instance, add storage, then anything. Now by default take the 30 GB, up to 30 GB is free for us. Okay, storage you can take it. Then next, add storage. Sir, then you said that 30 GB only, then that 8 GB or storage you are using, this 30 GB are using, then 38 GB, right? Then what will happen means that, like if you are not running this mission, like anyway we are not using this 30 mission, right? We'll stop it immediately. Means they won't charge it. That EBS is a very less charge they are going to do, but not that much more. Okay, the next storage here, and the next, this is by default is the port, like as it will use the not SH port, this using the RDP. Okay, remote desktop. Okay, remote desktop they are going to use, that will be port is the by default is the 3389. Then Linux mission having the SSH, the SSH by default port is the 22, and this is the RDP protocol. RDP protocol they are going to use, that will be the 3389 for Windows servers. The next, review and launch. Even if you want, you can type here, or else if you already anything but Windows Server level, we can choose for existing security group. If you don't have, press one, just create this. Even if you want to edit your own name, just your wish, you can create in this here for reference purpose. Review and launch it. Then what are the things we created? Just have a look once, then click the launch. This key already have. Sir, this is a Linux mission we created. Can I use for the same key for multiple licenses? Yes, you can in the same region if you are going to do. Okay, if you are the different region, these keys are not appear in the that region. Then you can use for the Windows mission also same key, and then Linux mission also same key. The 20 missions, 30 mission, 40 mission also same key. That if you want, we can. But what is happen if someone knows the one key, then gone. Okay, that's the reason, like even any kind of missions, the DevOps guy never ever share the keys to everyone. Okay, never, you don't share anyone also. The finally I say that I have that key, no worries, you can create that mission. Okay, but this mission is taking a time to little bit time to start. Okay, let's, if you want to make it a tag here, like even we can edit directly name here also, we have option. Okay, like as Windows Server, you can click this, then that name will appear here simply. Okay, it takes a little bit time to health checks come up. And then if you want to connect this, just click the connect, then download remote desktop file here, just download this. Okay, this remote desktop file we will download it, then get the password. This password takes time to come up. Please wait for at least 4 minutes. At least 4 minutes we need to wait for to get a generate a password for this. Okay, let it be generated. That option will come, we'll see that later. Until then we can't be connect this mission. Okay, we need to wait for the at least 4 minutes. We'll wait, and meanwhile we don't wait, then let's go for discuss something. Okay, then next what we are going to discuss, some Linux commands. Let's learn today. Okay, anyone knows Linux commands, guys? Some basic commands, cp command, tail command, head command. I think most of the people will coming from background for computer science, right? If you have knows, then type in chat box any comments. Sorry, let's say present working directory, cd change directory, mkdir. Change directory means one folder want to move from another folder, then we are going to use the cd. cd, there is a lot of features. We have cd space, cd dot dot, cd star, cd slash. I will discuss this entire thing. Okay, we are going to learn the cd. mkdir means making directory, means create a folder. And the next cp means copy from one file to another file, and then move, rename the file, one file name to another file name you want to rename it, then we can use this. Okay, okay, like a pwr done. Then scp, like a secure copy. scp and scp means the same mission you want to copy from one place to another place. This is, if you have the two missions you want to copy, then we'll go for scp. Okay, two missions you want to copy, then we go for the scp. Then for example, Linux 1 server and the Linux 2 is another server. You want to copy these server files to another file server, then we are going to use the command called as scp command. How we are going to do that? Anyway, in the future we are going to use this command. Okay, scp we are going to use to transfer the file to one file to another file. Okay, rsync. Okay, then top. Okay, free, move. Okay, we'll see this now. The next, okay, more, less. Yes, more, less also we have. Find the next. More means it will be like if you have any file you want to open this. If you more means there is a more lines will be appear. If you want to less line you want to appear, then we go for the less line and file name. The next, cat means any file data you have, that cat file name means it will be read the file content, like as only reading. And if you want to editing to open this, we can use the vim editor, the next those kind of editors. Okay, good. Find command. If you are any files are there in your system, then you can go for the find command. I guess any files in the system, like as in the search kind of thing. Is a find is a search command. Okay. The next, yeah, fine, grep and say cd. Okay, and one more thing important command is the if config. If config for what? IP address to check process, like as this is all processing troubleshooting commands will come back again on places, all this stuff. Okay, the next, let's discuss about troubleshooting, like as ps, like as what are the process are running in your Linux mission. We are going to use the ps command. Everything we do hands on here. Okay, no worries, each and every command. The next, df. Okay, df means disk free, like as how much are using your storage and how much disk are already full, then how much are free, that we are going to use the disk free. And du, like as for example you want to see that particular folder how much are occupied, how much space is occupied, okay, in your hard disk, then we can use for the du. And the free command, how much ram are utilized the your system, how much ram are free now. This is a very very important commands, like when we are having a issue with your Linux server. Okay, they will ask in, if you go for any interview, they will ask a question like, for example, let's say I have a one Linux mission. Okay, that Linux mission is running, but I am unable to SSH, I am unable to do any operation on that. Then what is happening? Okay, first we need to SSH the mission. If you connected that SSH mission, then next what we do, if it's successfully connected, then we need to check for the this kind of commands. What is the first command we type? Then we type the uptime. Yes, we need to check for the how much load is coming for like as 1 minute and 5 minutes and like as one like as first minute and 5 minutes and then 50 minutes, I think, right? Then in meanwhile interval, then as how much load we are getting from when it was running, like as from when back it was running. Okay, that we need to be checked that. Okay, that's fine. If you see long back, and we need to be reboot the ones. Okay, the next what we do, we need to check the disk free. We need to check for the disk free, like as how much are space, like as if for example you have the 20, like as 200 GB are disk are there, 200 GB are full, 100% are full, then you can't do any write operations, then it will be kick me out, right? That's the reason we are can't be. Then free, then for example something is occupied, our RAM is utilized the, like as if you are 4 GB RAM mission, the 4 GB is full, then we can't do anything operation. That is very important. The next one more command is the top command is giving for the CPU utilization. For example, you have the like as 2 CPU core, then 2 CPU core is 100% utilizing, then we can't do for any operation for the there is no CPU. Then next, for example, if you any processor you don't want, then you want to kill, then you can use the kill command. Okay, if you want to remove the any files, then you can remove the file. Guys, this is very dangerous command. Okay, don't type until unless you want to know the exact file you want to delete. Okay, for example, if you run this command in your life, then gone, they will kick me out immediately to from office, from any Linux server, rmsrf then slash. Okay, okay, don't do this command, don't do this, never ever do this command. If you do, then entire your Linux machine gone. Okay, fine, be careful. This rm minus rf means like as recursively forcibly removing from the root path. Root path means all like as whatever we have the files and all installation directories, all Linux related softwares, everything we have. Okay, and sudo is for mainly for like as root permissions. For example, you don't have any command to run issue, then we need to type the sudo in front of the command. We will get a permission, like as sudo permission privileges, we will get it. Okay, yeah, the diff, if you want to compare the two files, difference between the two files, then you can use the diff. Yes. Okay, tail, like as if you there is a 100 lines in the file, you want to see the last 10 lines, that by default is the 10 lines. You want to see the one line, tail -1, then file name, means we can see the last line of the file. Okay, then if you want to 200 lines, tail -200, that file name, last 200 lines we are going to be see that. When it will be very useful, this tail command means, for example, let's say you are something you are written the lot of log files in the your mission. Now you want to see like what is the latest log for this file, then do the lsfnldr, you will get a latest file, then open the file, the tail 10 lines, then you can see the 10 lines of the file. Okay, you can get to know like as when it was written the last line of the log, at what time is returning. Okay, what is the line is returning for troubleshooting purpose. Okay, when your application is deployed, you want to troubleshoot that, these logs are the very important for the entire things. Okay, these logs are the very important for us. Okay, the next, there is a couple of commands are do, right? Awk command, like this is very awesome command. This is a one tool. Awk is not Linux command, basically it is a tool, basically awk tool. Then what we do, this tool, this awk is the three authors. Okay, one is the awk, I didn't remember that other names really, but even not required for us. This tool we can do for like as for example, let's say you have file, you have the like number of columns in the file is there, you want to get the exact column of the entire file. Okay, like as for example username, then like as any kind of format, comma separated, file separated, pipeline separated, whatever you have, then you want to get the exact value, one particular column only you want to get it, you will get a awk command. We can use the loops, conditions, or everything in the awk tool. Okay, that install is a different tool. Okay, m and all, we have the repositories, m repository, apt repository. Okay, apt repository, and then next apk repository. There is a different kind of repository, means m is for, we are going to use the, remember guys, this is very important. If you are using CentOS, then we are going to m. If you are using Ubuntu, then we are going to use the like as apt. Some places people are using a apt-get, means what happened, this is old way of using this latest they are going to reduce the size of the command. Okay, apt or apt-get, both are the same, but the old like as Ubuntu 12 version or like as previous versions are there, they are going to use the like as apt-get. Even some couple of places, if you see the apt-get command means that is a Ubuntu. If you something like as using the m is what, like for example m install java something, let's say, what does mean here, we are installing the java in the Ubuntu like a CentOS mission. You are installing the java software in the CentOS mission. Okay, like as if you are going to use that apt-get, The next install Java. Install Java means you are going to install the software in the Ubuntu machine. Okay, keep in mind this is very important. APK for this is for the our Alpha Linux. This very our favorite command for when you go for the Docker level. Okay, because Docker we are going to use the Alpha Linux. Alpha Linux is a very lightweight Linux flavor for our Docker actually. Okay, very important APK. Not for the Android APK. Okay, don't think that Android APK. Fine. The next, there is a lot of commands are the next. Let's say grep command, grep, egrep, something. Okay, like as for example, let's say there is a hundreds of lines or output are there. In the line where your word is there. For example, your data is entry. You hit something log. You want to find out your name in the entire log. Then what you do grep your name if you have that particular line only will be displayed. Remaining lines won't be displayed. Okay, you want to get a particular word of line in the entire file. You want to use for the grep. Egrep means like as you want to grab the multiple words like as my name and my mobile number. Wherever two combination are there in the line, then I want to that kind of things like as this number or this number, any one of these I want to do, then we'll go for the egrep. Okay, yes, networking, netstat. Okay, netstat and curl command, wget command to download anything. Okay, this will curl we can do for the all kind of HTTP request. Okay, we'll discuss about the HTTP request. Okay, HTTP request codes and all. Okay, because we need to know like as HTTP codes, request codes. Okay, like as 200, 400. Sometime we are going to see like a 404 page 4. Like as what some if you access some website, it will give me like as 404 page 4 means there is something you are accessing something. Now the page is not available. They are removed. Now that time we'll get a 404 page error. Okay, like sometime we are going to see the 500 error. Yes, 500 error means server unavailable. Means like whatever you are requesting some resource, the resource is not available in the server side. Now we'll get this issue. That 200 means that succeeded message. Okay, yeah, correct. We'll discuss that, dude. Okay, dude, we are starting just basic command. Then why you are asking this command? Like, I think you are expert. Like as you know the very well for Abhishek, right? Abhishek this Linux. Then why you are asking this? Okay, we'll discuss this SCP and RC command like as when you go for the like as the time. Okay, fine. The next we are going to use for the like another commands like as curl wget. The next netstat. For example, what are the ports are running? Those things we want to see. Then we are going to be check that. At the net ping, there's some website you are deployed. That website are working or not. We are going to be check this command. Okay, and the next head command we didn't write. Head means the top lines you want to print the line page. Okay, the file. Then you can use the tile for the last lines, head for the top lines. Okay, what count? Like as for example, how many words are there in the file? Like as for example, what how many lines words we are going to be print that. What like as what count -l means that will give the only lines. How many lines are there? What count if you give this? How many lines are there? How many words are there? Like as the each word like as each line how many words are there, everything will be give the complete output for the word count. WC means word count. Okay, -l means it will give the line of word count like as how many lines are there. We do like as one by one command. The next couple of classes we'll do like we'll practice this all the commands we are executing now. Just I'm trying to show like as this many commands do we have. And even though I'll give the like as where link to learn more, even we have a document, right? All commands explanation, each and every simple with the example we have a document. Okay, you guys will get to know this. Okay, in entire our course we are going to use the each and every command. Entire our course. Okay, first understand like as what is the command meaning and all first time when we go for the Linux if you don't know. Okay, not only this, there is a hundreds of commands we have. The day-to-day regular activities we are going to use. I'll show like as I make a document for this, for which I use for regular day-to-day activities level. I'll open in the documentation. I'll share today like as you guys already have this document, right? Just have a look for this most important Linux commands which use in the real time like as which day-to-day activities in my environment. Okay, Now pwd, cd command, mkdir. Red color is the mostly widely used, and black color is the rarely, like, as good to know. Okay, good to know for the black colors basically. That's the reason I do these two colors here. Ch mode and ch owner, change owner, and add user. If you want to create any users, you can add it here. Group add. If you want to add any user to group add, you can create any group. Then you can create a group here. The next password change. If you want to change a password, then you can do the pass wd. Okay, find which, where is, and what is, who am I, which user is login, sorting or unique queue, all these kind of things. How I know this? Just only comments, right? Then what is the practice this? Okay, we have a book. Okay, that book we are going to be see that each and every clear example we had. Okay, no worries. I'm high level. We are going to discuss here. Okay, this file name is Linux Fundamentals Hands-on book here. This is 39 pages of book. Okay, this book will give the complete hands-on experience for the your Linux. Okay, only 39 pages. If you read this documentation, if you practice this, you will be expert on the Linux commands mostly. Okay, from now itself, like as changing password. Okay, now even you can see like as shortcuts as well. Changing password, you are going to use the pass wd. And if you want sh command, this is the sh command. We are going to do this. Okay, now see here. What is a putty? What is the SCP meaning? Date command. Date. What is the U option? What is the R option? Crony package, calculator. Okay, and these things. Calendar. You want to see that like as 2020, like as 2010 calendar. You want to see that calendar of 2021 calendar. You want to see. Just you can see this now. Calendar in the Linux. Simply. Okay, like that we can type this. Even if you type the date here, like current date will be show this. What is the UTC time will create showing this instead of IST means because of this mission is created by the this what are the AMI Linux are running for the they created for the date showing for the UTC time basically. Okay, not for the IST time. Okay, that Linux mission is not in our hand, right? That's the reason. Fine, by default is the UTC time they put it. And the next like is arithmetic logic and sequence numbers you want to print and those things are the you can see this now. Even if you type this, even you will get to like what is output is printing. Okay, for practice purpose, just I'm showing. Okay, it's a between but the 1 to 10. Okay, it's a sequence number like as 1, 2, 3, 4 is like they expect, then 5, then 6 is escape, then 7 like that. Okay, like as each one is the 2 words you want to print like as 1 to 10. If you do this 5 sequence of 5, the next one it will like as 1 it will be 6 will be give this 1 and 6. Okay, that sequence numbers will give this. Okay, like from 1 to 10 the increment by 2, increment by 5 here, just giving this. Like there is a like man page like as what is a man ls means. Now what is the meaning of ls? You want to read out the documentation of ls, then you can see the man page of each and every command. Not only ls, man cp, man tail, man head, man scp, like as whatever command you don't know, whatever you need to understand what is the command will do, that name for this, the list of directory content, the like a symphony syntax of this, description, then options, what are the options we have, all these things you can see. Okay, like as we are seeing that LSF and LTR, what is the L, what is that meaning? L means use the long listing format. What is the R, what is the T, everything we have no options here now. I guess reverse ordering while sorting. Okay, and T and all using this multiple options now, sort by modification time. Newest first, newest is the first will give this. Clear, right? We have multiple options, we are going to use this now. Sir, I want to see that more theoretical and all, you want to know that. Now this document will help you like most of the things, like each and every command we have here, cp, remove, move, mkdir, all these things, cd command, ls command, cp commands, and move command, like different options. Okay, different examples we have here. Okay, then file options, file command, and df command, like as def and du means that for discretization and all. Okay, anyway we are going to use more like as du root path. Then next what you do, each and every file how much are space are using for the particular path will be shown for us. Okay, this path, this file is taking the this much space, this much size and all here. And next, if you want to see like as how much disk are utilized your system, you can see this df. Okay, like for example, it's a 8 GB, basically it's showing the kb format, but you can't readable, right? It's not much readable. If you want to see the readable, then what we do, we can use the called as a h means what we do, it is the human readable format, df-h. Then type this, you can see that. Okay, fine, I don't know this h option, I don't like, how can I see that now? Man, the next df, man df means if you go for that man page will come, the next description you can read out, the next what you do like as -h means human readable format. Now it's a kb2 this gb, it's kind of example that give this. If any option you want to go, then go and learn like this way. Okay, you can improve for your knowledge and everything. Now see df-kh, I guess like as k2 a human readable format I want to be see. Now see here, then what this means like as kb2 human readable format, that is meaning of, even you can type the h also, same output will print, there is no issue. Okay, now see here, we can readable is say very simply 8 GB, and then how much utilized, 1.3 GB are utilized in my system, and then how much are free, the next one 6.8 GB is available. Now how much are completed, it was the used by the 16% are utilized now. Okay, this is the way we are going to do the, and the next use the free command also. Free command will give the RAM utilization, how much RAM where it is free, 1 GB, right? Now see here, it will be very kb format will be printed. The next you want to see the readable, human readable, then h means human readable format will be shown. This by default is the 983 MB, and the next utilized is the 82 MB, and the next free is the 649 MB are free right now. For example, if you see 100% utilization means you can't take any process for the, your RAM is full, you can't do for any other process. Okay, clear? Like this we are going to do this. RS, there is a two very good websites are there to learn. Okay, that we are go for the Computer Hope website, that's a very nice to learn. Computer Hope, then type the Unix directly, Unix or Linux or whatever it may be. Okay, we'll discuss this history of Unix also if you need, like. Okay, it's a Unix R is the first parent for the any Linux flavor here. Basically, Unix is the first name for the Linux. This is written in the C programming language first. Okay, it's a completely open source. Okay, and on top of Unix, there are different flavors are there. Okay, this is the base flavor. There's Red Hat. Red Hat is taking for this open source tool, and they modify their own programming on top of that. They are selling for this commercial one. Okay. Now see here, you can see here, yeah, like Unix ABCs here, and the next lot of things history about this. Okay, if you need more about this, then the comparison for Windows mission and the Linux mission commands. If you are using the dir directories and ls, cls, then it's a clear command, and the copy command, here is a cp command, delete command, here is a remove command. Then delete tree means there are more multiple files you want to delete. Then rm-r recursively edit means this var pico format you are going to use. Format, then you are going to use this kind of formats here. Move means mv command, type means less, and cd command, cd change directly here. More file and more file like this, md mkdir like this. And you want to see like all Linux commands, see here, this is, and based on alphabetical order, like as what is the a command will start, all these things will come here. Okay, alias, a grep, and then all this kind of apt catchy and aptf and get aptitude and arp, but all these are not used. Okay, but no worries about this. Okay, these many commands are there, but this is the whole Linux commands, entire Linux OS command, but these commands are not utilized entire things. Even you and me in real time we can't use all the commands, but whatever based on your requirement, based on your usage, we are going to go. If you sir, I learned this everything, then this good means it's extremely good. Okay, if you have that, or like as you want that much patience and you want to be learn more, then go on here, click this command, any command echo, then go for this, then what, learn about the echo command. What is the echo command, what is the syntax of this, from what is the background of this, how we can type this, where it is stored, then how we can test this, what is the options we have, what is the examples are there, everything we can go for this with the examples, and each and every examples we can go for this. See the each and everything. This is a very nice website to learn the Linux commands basically. Okay, this I'm very much likely this website. Okay, the next one, another website is for like Geeks for Geeks. That is also very nice website. This also website is very nice to something Unix system. Okay. Commands are very clearly explained from there actually. Okay, some of things understand the system, what is the hardware, what is these things and all. Even Linux commands also they have somewhere they had written these documents in the Linux commands. Left side you can see this nano editor, Kali Linux, dash command, something traditional Linux operating system commands, file management in command, user management in Linux. All these things we have. Okay, it's a very nice website for geeks for even like as Linux missions. Okay, you want to learn the more things in this. This is very nice website to learn Linux also. Geeks for Geeks. Okay, and another thing is that here and most of things is we'll go for learning from here. Most of things we'll get to know this. Maximum options we have here. With examples, with a clear explanation we had here. Only 39 pages. Even some shell script program also we had then. Okay. Clear? This is from shell script will come. Clear guys? We'll do like couple of comments tomorrow with hands-on completely. Only complete 1 hour. Now let's connect this RDS instance. Okay. We'll forget then again. Just I'll take a 5 minutes more. Okay. Just close this. The next connect this. The next we already downloaded this. Then get password. Then choose file. We got option. Then which we are have the PM file, right? The PM file we need to upload here. PM file, not PPK file. See here. Okay. And the next decrypt the password. We got a password, this administration password. Okay. The next what we do, just connect this, copy this password, connect this machine. Then this is administration password. That password we need to paste it here. Then click here. Then click yes. The firewalls. Clear? This is a Linux or this is a Windows server that which we created in the AWS. Clear? If you guys want to operate here, just click here, then go for here, then next search for any terminals or anything, whatever you want. Then if you want, you can search for it's a little bit slow, okay, because of it's a 1 GB, right? That's the reason. Command prompt, if you want to see, you can see here. You can go for IP config. If you want to see the IP address of this mission, you can see this now. This IP address is the 172.31.42.19. If you want to see that, this one coming down. This will be disturbing. My tools will come on top of this. Actually, it's not coming. Yeah, it's coming. Now see here. Now if you go for your here, you can see that IP address of the what is meaning. Now 172.31.42.19. That's what 31.42.19. This is the way we are going to connect for Windows servers basically. Okay, but I never use in real time basically. Okay, this promise I'm saying here. Windows servers I never created in AWS, but this is the way we are going to be connect basically. Which I know the procedure. Clear, guys? But Windows servers is not required for us basically. Okay, once it is done, what you guys will do, I'm going to terminate this instance, but I don't want to never use this machine. That's the reason I'm going to terminate. Okay, and the next, go for DevOps mission. I'm going to state stop this mission. This Linux mission I'm stopping, this Windows mission I'm terminating. Okay, because I don't want to use in the further this Windows server. That's the reason I terminate. Then means we can't access of this, guys. After terminating us, it will show some time. Okay, it won't clean up immediately. It takes some time, like as 1 or 2 or 3 hours. Then after that, it will clean up automatically. How I know this terminate instance, stop instance means that status instant, it will get to know this here. Stop it, like stopped or not, terminated, something will get terminated means it's terminated. After some time, it will clean up automatically. The terminated one, it will clean up automatically. Okay, it will appear sometime, it will appear sometime, but it will clean up automatically.